Being in the infantry in 2002, right after 9/11. Went into Iraq with 3rd ID. That turned into private security contracting. I went back as a drill sergeant for 2 years. After the global war on terror, it was a culmination of experience put together for the community to provide education. There is a severe lack of education. Get way outside of that comfort zone. I've been through 7 disaster reliefs. Now I get to teach people how to survive.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Purposeful Armament. Today I am here with Jerimiah. He is the owner and operator of Panther Ridge, the range that we frequent. And today he's going to answer some of our questions about his upcoming event called Ridge Gunner. So Jerimiah, thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
Of course.
I got 12 questions.
For sure. Let's get into it.
So what is Panther Ridge and who are you?
Well, after the global war on terror, it was a culmination of experience put together for the community to provide education, which there is a severe lack of education.
Yeah. People
run around with this mindset like they think they know what they're doing when they should be training, getting other skill sets in that tool bag. And that's really hard to find a spot to start.
Yeah.
That's when I went in the military. There was no program available to people to go figure out, is this specifically the skill set that I want to do?
Yeah.
And that's what this does, is it overall just assesses your baseline skill set, and it shows you where to start.
What is Ridge Gunner and why is it important?
If you can train through specific scenarios, because they tell you, they give you this book when you get to training and memorize it.
Yeah.
Well, when you go to the actual combat theater and you get involved or engaged, that thing goes out the window. And so there's a big difference between book smarts and street smarts.
Yeah.
Sure, you can have academia mixed with that. But School of Hard Knocks, personally, I'd take that any day of the week over academia.
Yeah, sure.
Because, it's what you learn. We're out here, you can feel this.
Yeah.
This isn't a corporate office where people are checking the box for your online training.
Yeah, you're not
if you don't get
book.
down in the weeds and do it, then you're not going to know. In a worst case scenario, I've been through 7 disaster reliefs. Every time, I just kept increasing my pack list, and I go back and revisit these things.
Yeah.
So, those data points are key to get. And that's really what this whole thing's about, just collecting that data to see where you're at so you can move forward.
Yep. Is it just going to be you who is going to be gauging everything, assessing everything? Or are you going to have other people helping you?
I've got about 4 or 5 other guys coming in from out of state, some of them. Some of them are local to our training cadre. So cool. There's a really core, wild group of experience here that...
Okay. And what can you expand a little bit on the experience that you and other people have in terms of how it's pertinent to, Ridge Gunner? Essentially, for people who might be like, I don't know who Jerimiah is. I don't know who these people are.
Sure.
Why should I listen to them?
Being in the infantry in 2002, right after 9/11, got out of college, went into Iraq with 3rd ID, and then that turned into private security contracting after I got out of doing that. And then I went back down to good old Fort Benning. I know they changed the name, but not to me. I went back as a drill sergeant for 2 years. And there's probably no way. I've been an instructor a lot of my career too on various firearm platforms. Mm-hmm. Teaching people how to become soldiers. I couldn't have been able to run this program because now I get to teach people how to survive in, like I said, disaster response and things like that of that nature.
Sure.
And so it just really clicked and made a lot of sense for me that people needed somewhere to go validate what they know, cut sling load on bad habits, and pick up new ones with seasoned professionals.
Yeah. What skills are going to be practiced at Ridge Gunner?
So when you show up, you're going to do a 500-yard assessment on rifle.
Okay.
And then you're going to do a 50-yard pistol assessment, out to 50 yards. We're going to make sure you got your stuff zeroed when you come. Before the day leading up to, we'll allow people to come zero and stuff like that. Just notify us. That way we're not wasting time and we can just get into the brass tacks of what this is. And then we're going to do a PT test that involves 4 different events.
Okay.
Part of me doesn't want to get into it just because I want it to people to show up not expecting anything, and they're like, okay, here's what I can do.
Yeah. So you don't want people to necessarily be like, if your PT test included sit-ups and push-ups and
which
running.
it doesn't. Like, instead of push-ups, we do a fireman carry.
Okay.
My time as a drill sergeant taught me that conditioning drill 1 and 2 really weren't that great for your body.
I do appreciate that you mentioned, the fireman carry, because if we're in a situation, you get hurt, I need to be able to carry you out.
I break my ankle or, break both of my legs.
Yeah, I get hurt, you need to be able to carry me out. I weigh a lot, by the way. Is the material that's in Ridge Gunner, is it going to be practiced during the event, or is it something that people need to come in with previous knowledge to kind of test themselves?
Really, the only thing you would need for this, I can support some kit to a degree.
Okay.
But you really need to have a carbine, a pistol, 3-4 mags per weapon system, a way to carry it. Have a backpack. There's a pack list. It'll be on the sign up.
Okay.
And that way you can just go through. Do not go buy a bunch of stuff. You have more lying around than you realize.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
That way you can actually get your hands on other guys' gear, ferret with it, talk to them about it, and then you can, I want to make this purchase, because how many hundreds of dollars do we spend on just stuff that doesn't work?
Don't bring that up again. Who is this class designed for? Is it civilian? Is it...
Anybody can go, really.
Okay.
I'm not designed this to break you off. It's challenging, yes. You can be tired, but you're going to get the data that you need on where to start.
Yeah.
And how to excel from there. And then I'm not calculating a fight. I learn how to flow with it. Things like that. And the mentality associated with it. So it's made for people who want to get out of their comfort zone and excel to the next level if you're plateaued.
Okay. So it's not necessarily something where a civilian wants to go into the military, although I guess it could in a way be used for that, but that's not the point of it.
I don't have time to teach basic rifle and pistol marksmanship.
Okay, so come to the class already having known.
Yeah, if you had a level 1 and you have a base understanding of how to use your equipment, it doesn't matter how fast you are on reloads and stuff, but if you're interested in the military and you needed that level 1, get that class. You could get it here. You could get it from
Panther Ridge does offer it.
Yeah, and you could get it, for wherever you're at, and if you wanted to do that. But there's just safety requirements associated that we will not have time, because it's going to be, at this point, it's 12 hours of continuous operation.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be a long day.
There's day training, medical, shoot houses, simunition type stuff.
Yeah.
There's no live fire.
Yeah.
But it's basically to teach weaponized geometry.
So is there going to be any white light, night vision training, anything like that?
Yeah, so we'll be able to do, IRs, thermal, white phos, night vision. I wish I would have had that in Iraq, dude. The first time I put on white phosphorus, I was like, essentially, if you've never seen it, it's a familiarization, and you'll be able to check that out.
Okay, and I think something really important, because I would say probably the majority of people don't have that equipment. White lights they probably have.
Oh, yeah. You're not expected to have that. Like, if you've got it on the, on the pack list, if you can see it and you got it, great. If not, like, just show up.
Okay.
And, if you're short on kit or whatever, we'll figure it out. And it's for you to get the experience and to just open you up to a whole new expanded idea.
Exactly. Are the assessments going to be solo or group focused? Meaning, when we're doing, I think this is especially pertinent for the shoot house. When we're going through the shoot house and learning that kind of CQC, is that going to be focused more on a solo person going through the shoot house and simunition training against others, or is it going to be like a group of 3-4 guys going through the shoot house together?
There's various scenarios we can run depending on time, because the medical portion, we got some really high speed stuff for medical.
Yeah.
So once we can get through that, because the night mission that we're going to do is going to be a group event. Okay, and so it's to answer that question, not specifically in the shoot house, there will be groups, but it's kind of a hodgepodge mixture as we go through it.
Yeah, so there'll be groups. Okay. Yep.
So I can I don't want to give too much away.
No,
but it's
I just want to make sure that someone are they going to be expected to be performing alone? Are they going to be expected to come and show up and be in a group of people who they may not know, or probably won't know, and perform? Or is it going to be a mix of the both? I think you answered that.
Yeah.
It's going to kind of be a mix of both. How is this event going to be organized?
So you'll have stations. We'll go through, get a block of training. conduct the exercise, you'll have a packet with a check sheet. You'll go through, you know, go, no go.
Why is this information valuable to a civilian?
Where are they going to get the exposure to do anything in a worst case scenario?
Yeah.
Man, when I was deployed, some of the stuff that you see, and you come back and you just see the various difference in it. I'm feeling a need.
Yeah.
That maybe people don't realize that they need.
Exactly.
They don't know they need to have it.
Yeah.
And so that's what this offers. The chance to get way outside of that comfort zone.
Yeah. I think people don't really realize how important medical is, how important physical fitness is. I think those are two things that, like, especially in firearms that I've seen at least.
Yeah.
Those are two things that people don't, I mean, you know, you throw a tourniquet on your plate carrier or something and, you know, you call it a day, but do you know how to use that? Do you know how to get that tight enough to the point where you're going to actually be able to do, like, you're going to save the person's life?
Yeah.
That's something that I think maybe people don't necessarily familiarize themselves with. So I think it's definitely good that you're offering that type of training. I mean,
yeah, if you've got base medical training, you can just save lives.
Yeah.
Life in every breath, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And I mean, it, like, that even expands past the range. Like we were just talking, like, our hike out here, we're on the side of a cliff right now. If God, there's no wood around here to knock on. I'm not going to say that. But if I got hurt somewhere, or you got hurt somewhere, or you come up on, I don't know, a car wreck, you know, car wrecks happen all the time. Just someone gets hurt just on a walk around the neighborhood. I don't know, you know, you never know what could happen. And I think it expands far outside of firearms. To start this class, this assessment, what fueled the desire for this?
After Iraq, I came home and I went back to my home college. And I told them, I said, hey, I'd like to develop a program where military and police officers, I can make a platoon, train them up before they go in so they know report writing.
Yeah.
They know, they have somewhat of a, and I ain't talking just an internship.
Yeah.
This is like 4 years of a college program.
Yeah.
Probably equivalent ROTC to a degree.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure.
But it's there to give people early insight, because these are decisions you're making for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's why. Some other people, I've seen them get into this system, and then what? And that's why I started this program.
Yeah.
The Panther Ridge Training Center program, because there's no ranges around here. There's nowhere you can effectively train your weapons capabilities. There's a lot of movement involved when you start catching rounds.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not moving?
Yeah.
And so static shooting essentially will ingrain new shooters with bad habits over time, because that's all they do, right?
Yeah.
And so this is to get people outside of that. If you've plateaued, you want to expand, learn how to continue onwards and upwards, because I've plateaued before.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't like how that felt,
So if you guys are interested in doing Ridge Gunner or just coming in shooting and training at Panther Ridge in general, check the link below in the description and in the comments. That link will take you to their website. You can sign up for Ridge Gunner. You can sign up for familiarization classes. You can sign up for pistol. You can sign up for rifle classes, medical classes. You can sign up for open range time, where you can come out and just have an absolute blast. Before I close this video out, Jeremiah, when is this event?
It is April 7th, 2024, the day before the eclipse.
The day before the eclipse.
And like I said, there's only 20 slots.
20 slots, so...
It's $250 for a slot. And like I said, that goes from 10 a.m. until probably 10 at night.
So perfect. If you guys are interested in doing that, again, check the link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Jeremiah, for taking your time to come and chat with us. And I will see you guys in the next video. Remember, stay armed. Awesome.
Stay strapped or get
Stay
clapped.
strapped. I'm going to leave that in there.
Yeah. That's what Mike and I say to each other. That's our greeting of the day.